Hello, everyone. Welcome again to One Global Movement Speak with Heart, where we are helping children, young people, and women defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, and all other social challenges that face them worldwide with a focus on women. It's it's happy, fantastic Friday. We made it. Yes. Thank you guys so much for your determination, your devotedness, and the need to help this population in the world. Uh, our sister Yvonne, for some reason, the I can hear her, the microphone or whatever, and this happened in the past. Hopefully, it will be resolved, and then I can let her in again. We've been going back and forth for her to come in, so that maybe it's just going back out and coming back in that is going to help, but not yet. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and we're going to continue because it's Friday. When it's Friday, I know that people are preparing to enjoy the weekend with their families. Some are going, like here, they are going up north. Others are going to other places. So we're going to start. So welcome everyone, and thank you for all you are doing in the world for children. Okay, she's back, and I can hear you still, but let's continue. But she's also contributing already in the chat, and either way, she is doing one thing or the other. So thank you. And we are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 333, Wealth with Wisdom. Listen to this theme, this topic very well. Wealth with Wisdom. Financial literacy for a secure future. How can we here in One Global Movement help the young minds succeed? Wealth with wisdom. Wealth with wisdom. Financial literacy for a secure future. How can we help young minds succeed? So, why wealth with wisdom? Why? Why would they even just say wealth with wisdom? Because wealth comes from the creator. Wisdom also comes from the creator. And we've been given the choice to manage wealth with wisdom, not with recklessness, not with boasting, not with hoarding, not with doing any of those the other things that don't help. We have to manage it with wisdom. Whether you have $1 or you having $1,000,000, we need to manage it with wisdom, and that is what is going to truly make us be happy and healthy and gain more wealth, because that is a command. Managing wealth with wisdom is a command, and it is written in the Bible, in the scriptures. And we are born with that. We've been given, we've been endowed with so much knowledge, like an ocean, that we just need to take the time to put it in action every day, every hour. And wealth is not just necessarily money in the bank. No. Wealth is your knowledge. Knowledge, ocean of wealth, your knowledge. Wealth is love. Wealth is understanding. Wealth is living a life of leadership and purpose. Wealth is knowing that what I do for myself, if it's good for me, then it is also good for another person. So all of these things combined together form wealth. And then when we combine these things, financial freedom becomes so eminent that you don't really have to stress for it that much. And now you manage it well. You don't waste it. You don't throw it. You don't boast about it. You don't do any of those things. So this is very, very important. And we are learning. We are not just teaching here. We are also learning and reminding ourselves, because sometimes money can make people go crazy, or sometimes property acquisition of land, property, and gold and jewelry and cobalt and all of those things can make people go crazy. Natural resources, you know, and when we look at it that in from that direction, it is fueled with greed and power, and that is not how to manage wealth. We got to manage it well, and wealth entails exchange. You exchange. What we are doing here is exchanging knowledge with one another, and knowledge, understanding, or discernment is one of the most important things on wealth. That is wealth with wisdom. You got to understand it in order to manage it well and to steward it well and to channel it towards the right direction. And so this is very, very important. And I must admit, I used to be reckless with my own wealth, you know? So I learned because when I see others that are going through some challenges, they don't even have a home, they don't even have water to drink, they don't have any of the things that you and I take for granted. And these are the natural things of life that we are created with, that are they are so simple, but they are the most important things of life. And so I adjust. Now I need to question, what is it this gonna do for me? Why am I spending this way? Why am I hoarding this thing? What is it gonna do for me? So I have to question those things. In questioning that, you begin to channel it the right way, because you understand that there are others that don't have what you have, or there are others that don't live up to the lifestyle that you're living, and you want to be able to share, because we are born to share, born to take care of one another. Because there are so many ways, like we always say here, that we can share. So many. It doesn't begin with money. It begins with sharing your voice, sharing your a glass of water with somebody, sharing your conversation, sharing what you know with others, and they also share with you. That is how we start, by building wealth. Sharing by asking questions, questioning things. You're not just accepting things, you question why. Do these things align with your purpose in life? Because that is part of wealth. Do they align, or you're just doing them just because you want to please somebody? Don't be a people pleaser. If the thing does not give you value, it does not serve your purpose, leave it alone. No matter how shiny it is, like they say gold, leave it alone. Because some gold that people are running after can be a curse for them. If they do not use it with wisdom, it can be a curse. We have seen a lot of people that are so rich, stinkily rich, yet that wealth is a curse to them. They are suffering because they did not manage it with the wisdom that God gave us. And so we are called to manage our wealth with wisdom. Even your clothings, your clothes that you're wearing, you have to take care of it, because you have to have something to cover yourself with, to stay warm, or to dress appropriately according to the weather. All of those things are wealth. We should not be looking at wealth from right outside there. We have to dig deep within us to say, how can I manage what God has given me? Because when you manage what God has given you well, with wisdom, guess what? You get more. Remember the parable in the Bible of the 3 talents, where they gave them a talent. They gave the first one 1 talent, and they gave the other one 3 talents. They gave the other one at 5 talents, and they asked them to go and manage it and invest it. So the greedy one took the one, said, no, I was afraid I was going to lose it, buried it, did not invest it. The others, they invested their wealth and they managed it well with wisdom. And when the master asked, what did you do with the wealth that I blessed you with? They said, here, this is what I did. The other one said, this is what I did. But the other one said, I was afraid it was going to get lost. And so what happened? God took it away from the one that was so greedy, did not want to invest, did not want to manage wealth with wisdom, did not want to help others. and gave it to those that did well. And that means when you are managing your wealth with wisdom, it doesn't mean that you're going to succeed in everything. No, you're going to fail and fail and fail. Failure is part of wisdom and managing that wealth. That is what it is. I so much embrace this failure so well in my life because my life was not just the way that God created me to be, but you go through certain things and jumping through hoops and loops in life and going through detours because that is the way that God wants to shape you so that you can become what He has created you to be. And you must do everything with wisdom. Don't do things to please people. What is it going to do for you? It's a question that we must always ask. And in a humble way, you're not fighting with nobody, you're asking. So this is very, very important. Wealth with wisdom, financial literacy for a secure future. How can we help here in One Global Movement, help the young minds to succeed? So financial literacy is a seed. It is the seed. Wisdom is the soil. Financial literacy is a seed. And the wisdom is the soil in which you're going to plant it. So together, they can grow a harvest of generational wealth. That is just what it is. When you put this together, they will grow generational wealth. You're talking about you're investing for more than 10 generations. And now the subsequent generations, they begin to learn from that and then add onto what you have done. In doing so, you put it in a family book so that they will learn. And then when we teach our children to count money, really just counting money, you know, 1, 2, 1 franc, 2 francs, 3 francs, or however, $1, $2, we teach them to build futures with power, and not the power, physical power, the power that comes with wisdom. So wealth without wisdom fades. Do you know that? It fades. And fading doesn't mean that it's just going to disappear. It will be there sometime, but it's going to plague you. It's going to be a plague to you. You'll be looking at it. It's all over you. You'll be sleeping on some, but it's fading your life away because you did not manage it with the wisdom that God gave you. So wealth without wisdom fades, but with financial literacy, like a strong foundation of financial literacy, every coin becomes a cornerstone of freedom. It becomes a cornerstone of freedom to you, to your children, to your nieces and nephews, to your descendants, to your community. A secure future begins not in the bank. We all know that. It doesn't begin in the bank. The bank is the aftermath, but in the minds of those empowered with financial understanding. And I question every little franc, especially now with One Global Movement. I need to know where my resources, my wealth is going. So I have to use that wisdom because we have it. We all are born so smart. And we need to embrace that and be grateful. Because if you remember that we've been given choices, the choice for you to manage wealth with wisdom depends on you because you were born with gifts. And one of them is wisdom, discernment, understanding. So empower a woman with financial wisdom and you transform the destiny of a family and a nation. Why? Because women are multipliers by nature. We did not make ourselves to be that way. Give a woman $1 and say, honey, this is all we have for today. That woman is going to transform that dollar into something that is going to bring a meal for the entire family. So we respect that. And so we rise by learning. Nobody knows it all. All the certifications we have, I am this, I am that, those are all appellations. Those are all entitlements. Those appellations without wisdom, that you can manage it well, becomes nothing. You don't use that to suppress. You don't use it to oppress people because we all have wisdom. It comes in different forms. It doesn't have to be in the English language. It doesn't have to be in Meta, where I come from. It does not. What do you know? Embrace it and be happy with it. And you will see your life start transforming in ways that you have never imagined. So we rise by learning, not just how to earn. Because I hear people say, I need that paycheck, I need that paycheck. No, the reason why you're running after that paycheck too much because you have not learned to manage it. And of course, we need a job. But when you have a job, you pay yourself first. That's the first rule of financial management. Paying yourself first, meaning you are saving to start investing. You create different funnels of income around you because we can do that. And I thank God for my grandmother because I learned to create different funnels of income. It doesn't matter what. I will buy a purse, and I have good eyes for things. I will buy like a purse and they say, oh, your purse is so beautiful. Where did you buy? I said, I sell them. I go now and I buy, I put my interest on there and I sell. And I've been doing that all my life. I raise chicken, I sell. I roast peanuts, I sell. I do whatever. I make juice, I sell. So you are creating business for yourself by using wisdom to manage your wealth. So we rise not by learning, we rise by learning, not just how to earn, but how to manage it, how to grow and multiply it, and to give. Remember, giving, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Seek to give, don't seek to receive. Seek to look for ways to give. Don't seek to depend on those who say, I can help you. They are trying to stifle you. Do not free things stifle your growth. Know that. Seek to do your own so that you will be so self-sufficient, self-independent, and you will have an overflow so that you can give to others. And there's a kind of power that comes when you do things on your own. And even if you can't do it physically, you can do it by dancing. You can do it by playing the music, the piano. There's a lot of ways we can do things. Even when you're blind, like Stevie Wonder, look at the marvelous soul music that Stevie Wonder is creating. What we are talking about. And we're talking here in One Global Movement, feeding the children. How are you going to feed children when you cannot plant something, sow a seed? How are you going to beautify a child's life for a birthday by like going to buy a flower for $40, or you're going to plant that flower yourself? You can grow it in the house and you can give. I bet you a flower that I bought for my son 2 years ago for birthday, that flower is still there. It's still there till today. He carry back and forth. Beautiful green flower. It does not go dead so long as you take care. And that is when you take care, that is managing your wealth with wisdom. Even your food, even you get up in the morning, you don't brush your teeth. What are you doing? Then you're not going to be able to manage your wealth. So this is very, very important. So in the heart of every community lies the potential to break circles. We know that. We know that in the heart of every village, every community, every nation, every corner of the globe lies the potential to break circles through budgeting. You got to budget. You got to think, okay, I have a bag of potatoes. We're not just going with money because a lot of us we think only about money. A bag of potatoes can come to you in different ways. Maybe, just maybe, we're talking about the trade by barter system is an old system. No, it's not. It's still being practiced today. Women are doing that every day. The women will say, okay, my kids love this, but I produce this a lot and I'm able to afford this. Can we exchange this? You're helping that family that needs what you have, and you take what that family has because you need it for your own family. So we do it every day. Budgeting is very, very important. You budget now. I used to budget a lot, which now I know because I've done it for so long. I now know an estimate of what I can spend a year with my family. You keep your receipts from day one in January, or maybe your own year. You can program your own year differently. You start keeping your receipts, everything. Don't throw your receipts away. Now, 6 months, you calculate what you've spent for 6 months. And now you know your budget, you estimate it, but you also have to include emergencies in that budgeting. You also have to include giving in that budgeting. You also have to include a lot of things, maybe shadow adoption. that you can buy books for a child. You include those little things there. At the end of the year, you do the same. And then now you got the budget for the whole year. Now you know how to manage your wealth with wisdom, not just throwing it away. That is very, very important for us to know. So financial literacy is not just a skill. No, it's not. It is a shield. It's not just a skill, but it is a shield against poverty and a sword for opportunity. Not the physical sword, but a sword that comes from your brain to say, I'm going to plan like this because why? I was born with greatness. I have the wisdom. I can plan this. Nobody has to come and be planning for me. We can all learn this and plan because there are some people out there, you go and pay them, they're making their money off you when you can do these things yourself. It is planning with wisdom, being frugal with wisdom, because you are eating today, but you're also thinking about the future. What are the kids going to eat tomorrow? Like my mother always got up at 4 a.m., 3, 4 a.m. to prepare food for us, you know? And she's always thinking ahead of time. And I know that most parents, mothers in particular, would do that. They're always thinking ahead. What are the kids going to eat? What are they going to eat? You know, I didn't grow up with no breakfast. Food is food. Breakfast is a way of making money. When you see food, be grateful, you eat. But it's good to eat lighter in the morning. And then in the afternoon, you eat something lighter again, but a little bit more. And then in the evening, you sit down and you eat a good, heavy meal with your family or with friends that you invite over. That is very, very important. And I grew up learning all of these things, you know. Just the fact that you have seen food to eat, be grateful because there are so many kids in the world as we speak. They didn't eat yesterday. Some of them, they are eating leaves. They are eating the soil. Some of them are eating bed rodents. Some of them don't know where the next meal is going to come from. A mother is on the street begging because she does not know where the next meal for herself and her children or her family are going to come from. So this is very, very important. So financial literacy is not just a skill, it is a shield against poverty and a sword for opportunity. So, wisdom filled with wealth is the bridge from survival to security. Wisdom filled with wealth takes you from surviving. We've not been created to survive. We've been created to thrive. To thrive from scarcity to sustainability, something that will take us for generations to come. When you and I are gone, we will be smiling that, oh, we have managed our wealth with wisdom. There's a lot left for the next generation to build on and to live more, just so it keeps going and to also help others. So let's build wealth with wisdom, not just for today, but for every tomorrow that our children will walk into and be proud that, yes, my parents did it. So for children, saving a little today can make your dreams big tomorrow. Every coin is building, it's a building block. Every coin. The piggy banks, remember? Get a piggy bank. You don't buy it, you can create it. We have the Indian bamboos, we have the sticks. That's creativity. Or you can take a macaroni, if you're like my son, we take a spaghetti and macaroni and building bridges from that. My mom used to say, oh no, this child it's wasting food. No, he was building bridges and he constructed bridges out of that because those were the materials that were available, you know. If buying those sticks or something from the store is expensive, you can improvise and you use that. So it is like dreaming big for tomorrow. Every coin is a building block. So when you learn, when a child, we're talking to children, when you learn how money works, you become a superhero for your future. Yes. Do you see how children beam up when they are slotting coins in those piggy banks? That's exactly what it is. Because naturally, we all are created for wealth. Do you see how a child chooses, I am going to dress like this today, or this is the kind of exercise book that I want? They are born and endowed with wealth, but now they are trying to manage it their own way. And a lot of times, we the parents, we the caregiver, will stifle their knowledge of wealth management because we are operating with that scarcity mindset to say, oh no, don't do this, don't do that. We will not. No, we don't need that. We don't need to be telling them that. We can give them a different explanation. So children's treasury of wisdom. Smart kids don't wish, they plan, save, and grow their own stars. Remember, we teach them from young. Go to the garage sale. What is there that what is the child gravitating towards that they can buy from the garage sale and turn around and fix it or do something to change the color or make a design and turn around and sell it again? Is what we are talking about. I know how to mark. I can draw flowers and I mark my own chair covers and table covers, and I learned it when I graduated from university in Cameroon. I did not have a job. I applied nothing. I said, no, am I going to sit here and be doing this? No, I started doing those things and selling them. And today I still have that. I can do it if I want to do that. You see, sewing is something that we can teach our children. Instead of throwing clothes away that we can mend and wear it again, or donate it, or do something. Don't donate things that are not good. Don't donate raggedy things or things that are stained. No, we want to give good things to people, to children and parents out there, So piggy banks are more than toys. Yes, it looks like a piggy, oing, 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 but it's not a toy. It's more than toys. They are the first tools of mighty builders. Yes. They keep slotting their building. They're slotting the coin in there. By the time they turn 9 or so, you just say, you know what? You deserve a bank account. And that's how it grows. So a child who learns to save is a child preparing to lead. Remember that. You can't be leading without resources and without the wisdom in particular to manage those resources. Then you're not a good leader. You can't be telling, like I visit offices here, and the people, they say, I don't even know about that. You don't even know about that. So why are you even sitting in that office and wasting government money when you don't know? This means they need to train people. Don't put people in places that they've not been trained. They might not have grown up that way, but they need to train. You can only lead by example, a good role model. You can only lead by example. You can't be leading your children and tell you, go do this when you're not doing it. Or you're telling your child, oh, go study, go do your homework when you're sipping your alcohol or watching TV. That does not work. You can sit with your child, and just the fact that you're sitting there and breathing on that child, you're blessing that child, and you're giving that child physical support. They do well. They do so well. And I can remember for myself, whenever my mom and my grandmother were there, I was so powerful, and I would just do things, And we all need that because that's the way that children are born, and we all were children at one point, right? So for young adults, financial freedom begins when you choose understanding money. You have to choose to understand money. How does it work? Does it just mean that you're going to use it to smoke cigarettes or to buy drugs or to buy suits and be showing off? No. When people who understand how wealth is being managed, when they understand wealth management, people that brag and boast, you already know that those people are not good. Think about our CEO, how simple he is, very down to earth. And how he is so sensitive and so conscious. That is the kind of humility that we are talking, down to earth, not boasting. So build your budget before you build your brand. Build your own budget before you build your brand, because sustainability is success. Remember that. Sustainability is success. It means you've succeeded. You're not just doing it for you so that when you depart this world, nobody can benefit from what you have built. And we can only do that with wisdom. So wisdom in money matters makes you unstoppable. Yes. Remember, money is power. but not the kind of power that we see in the world. Power means you're able to feed yourself, feed your family, you're able to sponsor your children, you're able to pay some courses because learning is a lifelong thing. You don't just say, oh, I'm already done with education, so now. No, you continue. You continue to work on yourself, on your goals and your dreams, taking courses, attending mentorship, reading books, buying books to read, or writing one yourself to help other people to read it. So build your budget before you build your brand, because sustainability is success. Wisdom in money matters makes you unstoppable in life. Okay? It makes you unstoppable in life matters. Your first paycheck is not just income, it is a voice. Use it wisely, and the world will listen to you. When you use it wisely, don't just take it and start buying perishable. A car is a perishable thing. Don't go and buy a car for $30,000 and say, oh, yeah, I'm buying this car, this electric car, because no, no. You see me? I buy the used car and I pay cash. Before I didn't know, I bought a new car and I'm like, why did I even buy this in the first place? So this is what you can do, and learn to fix those cars. The world of technology is here. Certain things that you take your car to the garage for, like changing your tires or doing something, you learn to do it. I learned that from my son. He will go and buy parts and bring and learn the things and do it himself. So now I'm learning to sometimes change my own oil, but don't do things that you don't know. Make sure you do. Sometimes when you go to the oil change place, they're doing it. Look at what they're doing. Pay attention to what they're doing. You're managing your wealth with wisdom. So your first paycheck is not just income, it's your voice. Use it wisely, and the world will listen to you. Remember, when people don't listen to people that are hoarding money and be saying, I have this billion. Why are you having billions, and people are suffering around you? What for? What, are you going to die? When you die, that money is going to stay here and there's nothing you can do with it. So invest time in learning how to grow what you earn. The world belongs to the wise. Remember that. We just talked about the parable of the 3 talents. The world belongs to the wise, and we all have wisdom. There's nobody. If you sit there and say, oh, I am a fool. No, you're not. You're cursing yourself. No, I'm not a fool. I am one of the wisest women in the world. Me. Okay? I am. And when you ask my son does not know that he says he is and he is smart for sure, because children are born smart. He knows he's one of the smartest. Otherwise, how on earth would children be doing aerospace engineering? I can't do it. Or he does not. He knows I was born very handsome. God made me handsome. This is what we should instill in our children, instead of listening to the world that tells you you're second class, that you're this, you're that. Instead of listening to the world bash them, say, oh, because of your skin color, you're this, you're that. Skin color is zero. It does not define who you are. We need to empower our children that you were born with power, you were born with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Even before you were formed in your mother's womb, God had already written your future, and your future is one of greatness. It is one of greatness. Remember Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you, thus says the Lord. They are plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I know with certainty. That means before you were even formed in your mother's womb, your future was already written, and your future was one of greatness. It is us, because we want to be like this person. We want to be, instead of being like who God has created you to be, we want to copy. When you copy, you are delaying your growth in life. You're not managing your wealth with wisdom. You have it here. Bring it out and do it, because whatever you're doing, it comes from within. Make it come from within, because if you do not use your wisdom, guess what? Other people will use you to build their own. Okay? Be determined to say, you know what? I can do it. If other people can do it, I can do it too. That's why they used to beat me up until even when I'm bleeding. I don't care. I said, yes, I am the most intelligent child in the world. I don't care what you do to me. My mouth, my voice was my weapon. I never fought in my life. I don't even know how to fight. You know, I'm so scared of that. So now we're going to talk about, we've talked about children, we've talked about the young people. Invest time in learning how to grow what you earn. The world belongs to the wise. And now we go to our single mothers. For single mothers, a single mother with financial wisdom is a nation builder in disguise. Why do we say in disguise? Because a lot of time women are silent builders, yet they are the nation builders. They are the builders of every home. Of course, the man is the leader. We can never change that. Not leading in certain things. The man is the leader. He's a protector of the home. But we must give men the respect that they deserve. If you don't respect a man, then you are nothing. You are nothing. So while he's protecting, being the breadwinner, now both families are breadwinners of the family. But I grew up with my mom most of the time staying home, doing marketing and taking care of us, you know. So, but we can now negotiate to do things by making sure that our primary focus is to manage the wealth. And our wealth start with our children. The most precious gift of all is our children. And we need to make sure that we are investing in them wisely. When your child is going to be 6 months old, you've been watching that child, you need to learn the growth percentile of every child. How is your child growing? How is the child babbling? How is the child talking? How is the child crawling? At what age? And when the child is one and you don't see that child crawling or doing something, then you have to focus on that child. Do something. Go like dad, like I walk my son, dad, like I learned from my mom, dad, and they'll be walking. So learn that you have to focus on these children because the managing your wealth begins with them. You may be raising children alone, but you are not alone. I'm talking to every single mother out there. You may be raising children alone, but you are not alone. When you rise with knowledge, that's the knowledge that God gave us, bless us with. You're not alone. And sometimes being alone is not a problem. Sometimes God will separate you from others and make you stay alone for a reason. Utilize that time to become what God has created you to be. Remember, when you take the story of of Abraham, what did God do? God separated Abraham from all other nations in order to make him father of all nations. And these things are true. It is the same for you and I. Don't go to the friends that say, oh, look at he's so lonely. Your life is frustrated. Somebody who tells you that they themselves are frustrated, otherwise they wouldn't be telling anybody that. Loneliness is a gift. Reutilize that moment and rise above. So you may be raising your children alone, mothers, but you are not alone when you rise with knowledge. Budgeting is not about limitation. No, it's not about living like a poor person. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about liberation for you and your children. This is to the mothers. So you are not just feeding a family. You are fueling a legacy, and it is true with every smart choice you make. Have you ever seen a mother calculating to say, okay, all right, this is what is going to happen, calculating for the whole week. This is what is going to do. This is how much I'm going to package for lunch for the children when they're going to school. This is what it's going to do. This is what the budget I'm going to spend for Christmas. This is what. Have you seen that? That is something we respect them by doing that. They're managing their wealth with wisdom, doing so by investing in their children. We do so too, but we can also invest in others by stretching a hand out to help a child next door or in our community, in our village that does not have that opportunity. So every coin you save and every lesson you teach about money is a seed of security planted in love. Very, very important. So I did a lot of research, even workshops that we're going to be doing those workshops in the future, because here we want to be able to do those workshops so that children will know how to do this, really doing it in person. Workshops are very, very important with what we do here in One Global Movement. So what is the meaning and importance of the statement, wealth with wisdom? Wealth with wisdom implies that having money alone is not enough. We already said that. What matters is how wisely you manage it. Wisdom in this context refers to informed decision making. Don't just do something to please somebody. But when you are with your family, make those decisions together. Get your children involved in decision making. No matter how young they are learning. They keep learning. Get them involved and then let them also help in even writing some of the maybe a grocery list, or ask them, what do you need for going back to school? Don't just go and do things. This is what you need. No, how are they going to know? So you got to get them involved. Financial literacy refers to the knowledge and skills needed to make smart financial decisions, such as budgeting, saving, investing, managing debt, and planning for retirement. And let us try to teach ourselves and our children to be debt free. Being in debt is not a very good thing. Don't go and buy things that you do not budget for it. Just buying by impulse. I used to do that, but thank God, not anymore. Don't just buy. So, what is important? Empowerment through knowledge. When you manage your wealth with wisdom, you are empowering yourself through knowledge. Financial literacy equips individuals with the tools to take control of their financial destiny, right? Rather than being victims of debt, or we don't teach our children from high school. They go there and fool them, and they start getting into debts, or victims of fraud or poor choices. Let us. I'm still going through that with my son, because sometimes he can buy impulsively just because he's building things, and depending. Oh, my paycheck is gonna come. Don't take that language out of their mouth. And we shouldn't. Depending on a paycheck that is still coming, you're already using your paycheck without it even reaching you. No, we don't want that. And so empowerment is very important. Breaking circles of poverty. We can train ourselves to say we're going to be the very first people in our bloodline to break the circle of poverty, lack, squalor, dirt, oppression, and all of those things. And it will happen. I did that, and I've been on fire ever since. And I thank God for that. So for families and communities, especially in underprivileged areas, financial literacy can break generational circles of poverty and build a foundation for long-term prosperity. We can do that. Everything that God made us with is something to be used. It's wealth. We just have to figure out, okay, what are the challenges that I see around me, or in my village, or in my community, and what can I do with the resources, the ocean of wealth that I surround myself with? What can I do? Recently, I've never taken time to study the different kinds of stones. But yet I come from a village where you have these very precious stones just in a river close to me. And people used to gather these stones and they will sell. So I learned this from the father that gave us a piece of land for One Global Movement Gardening. And he says he called that stone eaglet or something. And now he started teaching me the stone. I'm like, really? Okay. Now this summer, I'm going to be digging for those stones. So now I go online, I start studying. You see these stones, they're selling them for a lot of money, precious. All right. A stone is even wealth. Stone is a solid foundation. You see that? So that is something that we can do. You sell those stones, or you can help a child. They know how to draw. These kids, they are so artistic. They draw. You go online, some of the drawings that they sell, 10, 15, $5, a child can draw and open a business right there online, and they're selling those things. Very, very important. So managing well with wisdom we already talk about sustainable wealth building. So money earned can easily be lost without wisdom. Remember that. If you don't have wisdom, you earn that money, you get lost. Even if you have all the money, it didn't get lost. You didn't manage your wisdom, you go crazy, mentally sick, and you can't even use it. So financial literacy ensures that wealth is preserved, grown, and used responsibly. It improves decision making. Informed individuals make better choices about loans, investment, insurance, and other financial products, leading to a more secure and stress-free future. And you're going to make a mistake along the way. Just it's not just going to just because you're using your wisdom doesn't mean that things are going to go right. Because when they don't go right and you spend that money, it goes like that. Don't take it that way, because God knows why you have to repeat certain things, because there's a lesson embedded in that you need to use it as part of your wealth management, managing your wealth with wisdom. So economic growth and social impact. Financial literacy, literate children or parents or citizens contribute to stronger economies and more resilient communities. When people are financially stable, they can help others, right? Invest in businesses and reduce dependency. Reduce this evil spirit of dependency. I say evil because that is evil spirit that they are creating in you, or you are creating in yourself. Don't depend on somebody. You were created with greatness and knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Use your own. Don't depend on people. You are hurting the world. You're hurting yourself and the family by not using your own wisdom, by depending on other people. And when they say they can pull the strings off you at any time, he who feeds you controls you. Remember that. He who feeds you controls you. And you don't want that for yourself. You don't want it for your children. You want your children to be those that can fend for themselves, can manage their wealth with wisdom, so that they can be able to help. There are a lot of people in the world that need help. A lot. Even though some of them, they are not, they don't need help because of natural causes, but because of man-made causes. A lot of us humans have caused a lot of disasters in the world that are keeping a lot of children helpless. Imagine a mother running away from senseless wars. Imagine a mother that does not even know where they are going, but they are running. Why? These are the kind of things that we are talking about. If we all can just come to that sense of knowing that we can manage our wealth with wisdom, knowing that we all have the knowledge and understanding, knowing that we are, first of all, great. It doesn't matter whether you have all your limbs on or not. God knows why you're born with your eyes blind. God knows why you don't have all your limbs on. God, don't underlook somebody who is walking in a funny way because you are not better. When you underlook somebody, that already brings a problem. You have a problem already with yourself. If you're going to underlook somebody and say, look, that person is ugly. How do you know? Because you are ugly in your heart. That's why you're calling somebody else ugly. That's why. Otherwise, those ugly words cannot be coming. But guess what? I'm the kind that can fight for people. Okay, especially for children and women. If I see anybody doing something, what I would say to you is because so you leave them alone. All right. So let's do that. So economic growth and social impact, financial literacy citizens contribute so strongly to the world. You know, imagine the 180 something watermelons that we distributed to clinics, to maternity wards last year from One Global Movement. Imagine those that we took to the food shelf. Imagine those that we distributed to the community, especially to the older folks that are retired, they are sick, they can't do things for themselves. Just imagine the kind of joy that it brings. That alone, you are building a financial ocean for yourself. You're building wealth for yourself, because when you take something out of yourself and you give out, you have created a space and a vacuum within you for God's mercy to keep filling that space. And it has happened to all of us, but we don't just recognize it. I know that it's happened to me a lot. Otherwise, this little lowly me, I'm not low, but okay, but I'm just saying it as a saying. Why am I here? So it's true. It is there. So in summary, wealth with wisdom means not just having money, but understanding how to manage it. Financial literacy is the bridge between money and a secure, fulfilling life. Live life full of fulfillment. You're gonna get sick sometimes. Sometimes that sickness is there for a reason, like cold. Cold is not, it's uncomfortable, but you don't sit in your comfort zone, because comfort zone kill people, right? So cold is uncomfortable, but it is there to fight something in your system that is not meant to be there. When you manage your health well, that's why we urge ourselves, when we are managing our wealth, we are managing first of all our health. When you manage your health well, you ensure that you're eating healthily. You're eating your vegetables, you're eating your fruits, you're eating the right amount of food, you're eating organic food, not the GMOs. You are making sure that you have food security for your family. You're eating your food right now as your medicine, so that tomorrow, when you're older, you do not be eating your medicine as food. Because when you eat today, you're storing all those good things in your system that will take you for a long, long time, so that you don't start having health challenges. So taking care of yourself will give you the wisdom to be able to take care of your children and to be able to take care of your community. So financial literacy is the bridge between money and a secure, fulfilling life. It's a vital life skill that empowers individuals, transform families, and strengthens nation. So this is so important. And so we have some strategies here. We start early. Let us start early with children. That's the number one. We start early. With Start with even just your child. Some children, they crawl so early, you know, and making sure you yourself, you have a piggy bank. So when you're going to teach your child a piggy bank, you take all your change. I have a piggy bank. I am an adult, okay, but I have it. I slot my money, my cash in there, and then I will take it to the bank. Or when I'm going to park downtown where you have to pay at the meter, I know that I have something. So let's teach our children. You see quarters on the road, pick it up. Do you know that somebody has been picking up money in this country for 40 years, and that person is a millionaire? Because people just, you don't throw that money away. You're not managing your wealth with wisdom. I decided to start picking it up, and then I will add something on top of it. And I've picked it up and I've given money to the homeless out of that too. All right. So teach the value of money through storytelling games, not just telling children. You say, formulate a story. Formulate a story. Let's say the piggy bank. We can come out with a story. Like I'm thinking now that what does the pig does when the pig is hungry? What do? They eat. They eat. What are they eating? They're putting that food inside of them. Inside of them. We can make a game out of that and say, oh, you're feeding the pig by slotting the coins. The kids will love it. Sometimes it's a song. There's so many out there. And then we introduce concepts like needs versus wants, earning and serving. You need something, not wanting it. You need that thing because that thing is necessary. It's a necessary part of life. You're not just wanting it. You're earning and you're serving. You're not just wanting things. No, you have to earn it and save. Your child is 14, 15, 16, or 17. They want a car. You don't just buy because you have the money. No, let them go look for a job and work money for the car so that you can then add it and buy it. That's what I did with my son. Say, Mommy, I need a car. I say, okay, good, fine. Look for a job. Nobody's going to just buy you a car. If you do that, you're not helping them. And they incorporate financial literacy into school curriculum. We know that they don't teach these things in school. We know that you already know. Because of the time or because of the way that the secular world education system is. But we have to teach our children. Balancing a book is managing your wealth with wisdom. Balancing your book, making sure that you're checking your bank account so that you don't have some people scamming you there. is so important. Incorporate financial literacy in the school curriculum, and then empower through real life simulations, like organize kids market days where they create and sell craft or snack. What about a lemonade stand? What about its farmers market? Do you know that if a child goes to the farmers market to sell things that they planted, they're going to buy their things first before they buy your own? Mm-hmm. Yes, when I was in Cameroon, little, I take my things to the market. They used to call me a yellow child. I didn't like that, because they think that yellow children should not be going to the farm. But I was always following my mom to the farm, And when I take my things to the market, they come and buy. I'm buying my things from that yellow child. They come and buy my things, before they even buy those for the adults. So run mock budgeting workshops or simulations like live on a budget. Live on a budget. Now, you have your paycheck, say it's $2,000 bi-weekly. Okay, what are you going to do first? Pay yourself. What next? You got to eat. You got to pay your bills, right? Then what next? How much can you afford to give out? Is it what? Do something, maybe 10%, 5%. And like we said before, it doesn't not necessarily mean that you have to take your money to the church. Especially with the way that the churches are being run nowadays. Churches are like the biggest industries in the world. Take your money, go look for those people yourself and give those things to them. Okay? So it's so important. Mentor youth in financial decision making. You can decide to teach children, youth in your community on financial decision making. Create mentorship circles, or bring your family with your kids and the kids of your friends or your brothers or your sisters together, and let us teach. We can do this right now. Teach them, do something. You're contributing. Share stories of how money mistakes turn into money wisdom. Some people say, oh no, I don't want to take a risk. Life is risky. Right now I'm talking, I can bite my tongue. It's risky. We have to be able to take that risk because we've been given that wisdom. But take calculated risk. Don't just say, oh, yeah, because I've been born with wisdom, I'm just going to take. No. What is it in there for you? What is the value? What is the purpose? What are you going to gain from that situation? It has to satisfy you first. So promote the power of giving and sharing. Don't be like a toddler or a baby. You give a toddler something you want. Say, can I have some? No, it's mine. It's mine. And kids do that. So we promote it from a very young age so that they grow sharing, especially sharing with siblings. I was born, me and my brothers, we shared a lot of things. I was the kind that loved to eat meat. I didn't like to eat food. So I would just give them my food. They love to eat the food, and then they will give me their meat. So, but we share, we make sure that we don't just eat and then the other person stays. No, we always share. There is this a beautiful picture that goes on the internet about a photographer that was trying to take pictures of these Black children. And I know they're always using it to make money. And in order to have these children stand still, because these children were holding their hands, because they viewed him as a stranger. So he was going to take their picture. And he said, the person that runs fast and get those candies there, look at candies. Candies are not so good. That's not something to entice children with. You're teaching them poor eating. Or the person that gets those candies first will get the whole candies, and then we get a good picture. And guess what they say? Get ready, set, go. The kids did not budge. They were running, making sure that everybody was running at the same level. And they say, why couldn't you get everything run faster? Why did you have to go all in a group? He said, no, these are my brothers. This is the spirit of togetherness and the spirit of giving, the spirit of Ubuntu, doing things as one. If we do things as one, the world will be a better place for all our children and our young people. So let us share stories of how money mistakes turn into money wisdom. And then we teach kids how to share. Teach young people that wealth is not just for self, but for the community, for the family. Because that you see some couple, they're fighting on money. Oh, this is my money. I'm saving this or this. What are you going to do if you don't you share it? It's a family. It's the family's resources. That is how you take to teach your children, discussing all those money matters and budgeting with the family. So encourage them to support courses, even with small contribution. They can, like here, my son supports St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Even just $10 a month, or $10 every other month, or maybe $10 a year until you start doing something will go a long way. So let us encourage them to support courses. And then digital tools and gamified learning. We are in the age. They can use it to do a lot. Family-centered financial conversations. What is your family discussing about finances, about budgeting, about paying for things, about giving? What are we doing? So this are the things that we are talking about here. So it's so important. Wealth with wisdom is a seed of freedom. When we teach our children the value of a coin, we empower them to create a future no poverty can steal. Yes, no poverty can steal. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Sister Yvonne, for making me to talk too much today. I appreciate that. Just kidding. Okay. Let us appreciate our wonderful audience here, especially our brothers and sisters in India who really take the time to be here, even though it is late in India. Thank you guys so much, and other parts of the globe too. Thank you. So we have Sir Iqbal Patel. Oh, Sister Yvonne disappeared from the screen. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us today and for supporting us. And we have our beautiful sister, Melanie, saying hello to us. I will not be able to join you today. Neither am I able to listen while I am at work. That's okay. That's okay. We need to work first, right? So that we can eat, and then so we can invest with wisdom. Thank you so much for letting us know. And let's go down here. Sister Yvonne, for some reason, I think our internet is shaky today, but that's okay. But her presence is also important. And the managing director, of course, is always here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to One Global Movement Speak with Her today. And I do mean absolutely everyone on here today. Thanks for coming. That is from the managing director. Thank you so much, John. And let's go. And thank you, Sister Yvonne, for also helping to welcome everyone here. And we have Sir Sunil. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for supporting us here today. And we have our beautiful sister Sharon. Thank you so much, sis, for everything that you're doing for our children. We appreciate you. And we have Dalim Roy. Thank you for being with us again today. We appreciate you. Thank you. And let's go down here. Thank you, Sister Sharon. We appreciate you. And Sister Clover Kelly, how are you? Thank you so much, sis, for supporting children in prayers and in presence. We appreciate you. And let's go down here. Sir A.P. Mahusadan, thank you so much, sir, for your support, and thank you for taking care of those beautiful girls. We appreciate you. The best way to empower young minds is pure education, knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sir Roazehab, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. Again, this is our Facebook, One Global Movement Facebook page. To like and follow, please. We need a lot of your assistance so that we can put together the resources that we need. And you can also share it and ask some people on your social media handles to also support us as well. Thank you so much. Sending prayers to those who need it right now. Thank you so much. We are also praying for each and every one of us here for good health, for long life and prosperity. Thank you. And let's go down here. And a happy birthday, as always, from Sister Sharon. Whenever she's present here, we expect a happy birthday from her. Happy birthday, everyone who is celebrating their birthday today. Thank you. It's good to celebrate life, right? And be grateful for the life that we have been given. And Sister Yvonne says, it's not, She's back. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Robert Kiyosaki, I like him. I attended some of his real estate investment classes. Yes, you reached that poor dad. Thank you so much. Yes, it's good to quote these people because they're doing a tremendous job out there. And Suresh Kumar, sir, how are you? Thank you so much. We are happy you're here today again with us. And the same said thank you, Yvonne Finn and Dr. Mundih. All team members, you all investing your time for humanity itself is unique and special. Even you're doing a lot in India that I know of. We thank God that we have a talent and experience and knowledge among us here. We highly appreciate you, sir. And let's go down here. Sir Abdul Sattar, thank you, sir, for being with us here and for supporting our children. We highly appreciate you. And happy Mother's Day next week. Whoa, wow. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. I hope the topic for next week that since Yvonne chose is going to be uh, is going to match Mother's Day. Thank you so much for reminding us. And let's go down here. And we have Njinja De Santo. Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. Hi, brothers and sisters. I can only listen today, but didn't want to miss you, beautiful people. Yes, we love you. And thank you for being with us here today. Thank you. And Sister Clover Kelly is saying hello to everyone here. And thank you so much, sister. We love you and we appreciate you. And so AP says the happiness you get through giving is above any other happiness in life. Certainly. You just feel happy when you just know that you're going to, even just the thought of knowing that you want to give something to somebody, it brings a whole ocean of happiness. And I love that. And our brother Shriji Jana, thank you so much, sir, for always supporting us here. We highly appreciate you. And let's go down here. Down. Managing your money with stewardship in mind for building generational wealth. Yep. Yep. Don't be boasting about when I'm rich. No, don't do that. Let's not do that. Let's manage it because it's a command. If we don't, we're not going to be happy with it ourselves, right? Please give this channel a big thumbs up and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Yes, thank you, John. And Hamida, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us here today. Our love to you and your family. And we have Sir Biggith. Hello, Dalim, and everyone here. We are all family descendants of Unpassive. Thank you so much for joining us here from that end. We appreciate you. Let's go down here. And our sister says, lead by example and become impactful mentors for the next generation. Always, when you see people that my grandmother always told me, listen to what people say, but watch their action the most. Watch their, are they doing some, like even one of my mentors, Les Brown says, watch people that say, I want to lose weight. Then just watch what they are eating. You want to lose weight, but you have all these cookies, so sugar, and all of this, and you're not even exercising. You being a couch potato. So action speaks louder than words, right? Oh my God. And if you don't have anything to give in material, no matter, give a smile. It's enough to someone in need of love. This is one of the biggest things, is to smile. Put on a happy face, regardless. Even if you're going through some challenges, sometimes I know that it can be difficult, but when that that time is over. Put that smiling face on. That is what is going to call in great things. I shared the story of last year. We're walking. Me and my son. We're walking on a walking trail here, and the people are so down. And I started saying hello, hello. Some of them they will murmur. They didn't answer us. And then after some time, they keep seeing others started answering. So we named that program Walk for Smiles. And now somebody actually will stop and don't want to let us go talking. He said, people here don't say hello to people. I said, just you go ahead and say it. Don't wait for somebody to say hello to you. You go ahead and say hello. How are you doing today? You have a wonderful day. Just say great thing. They'll be so happy. Do you know that there are people that are dying with nobody to tell them that that you're handsome, you're beautiful, that have a great day? Do you know that there are children that nobody has ever told them that I love you or even give them a hug? It's so important. Thank you so much, Sir AP, for saying that. Smile, smile, and the world will smile with you. Yes, very true, Sir AP. Very true. Yep, everybody knows that. Thank you so much. And then Ledega, Guima, how are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us here today. Kay Malafi, how are you? Thank you so much with the beautiful roses and the prayers. We love you and thank you. Oh, Sister Yvonne.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, it came
Oh
back.
my God.
Now, finally, she gave me a lot of work. Now,
It was a test.
I know. Yes, and I passed the test, didn't
You
I?
passed it with flying colors. Thank you, sister. Sorry about that, really. I don't
Okay.
know what happened. I really don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll give you time to say something here. So, um, we have a Jamuna Das. How are you, ma'am? Thank you so much for joining us here from the beautiful land of India. We highly appreciate you. And John is specifically welcoming you, Jamuna. You are
Yes.
a newbie. I think welcome. Join
Join
us
us.
again. We are here on Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Yes, Jamuna. Join us, okay? And encourage others too. And you can also join us with your family, your children. Thank you so much. And this is smart money choices. What is that general? Oh yeah, smart money choices. Hashtag smart money choices. Hashtag generational wealth building. Hashtag financial legacy builders. If you just take these hashtags and you go and Google them, you will start reading. Or you even go to YouTube, you just take these hashtags, you plug them in. I'm telling you, you will see different ways of smart money choices, generational wealth building. But go with what are your values? What did your parents teach you? What is the way of building wealth, generational wealth in your family? And how does it work in your environment? You do everything to tailor it to you, your culture, your values, and your environment. Don't go and be copying Elon Musk because Elon Musk is not in your environment. Do your own thing, okay? All right, and let's go here. Sepi says, say hello. Bali, who Pushpin Media, what are you doing for this society will be registered in history of humanity? Yes, what she's doing for the society. And you too, and all of us here. And folks, if you haven't yet give our channel a big thumbs up and subscribe and ring that bell for all notification when we are broadcasting One Global Movement Speak with Heart. Thank you so much, John.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And again, this is our Facebook page. She's always going to put it here several times. Please, you can help us by taking it to 5, 10 people to follow and like. Please, we need this for our population, for our children. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go down here. We have Good Time Helder. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here today. We highly appreciate you. And of course, Katik Santra. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your support. And Sir AP says lots of experimental results about uplifting humanity is not giving a lot of results. The technological invention are changing the habits of past. Even the coins and currencies are not visible in future. Wow. It's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's great information. And thank you
Yeah.
so much, Sir AP, for putting this information out here. We appreciate
Mm-hmm.
it. And let's go here. Here, the managing director says, Katik Santa, welcome. Perhaps you will benefit by watching the replay of today's topic. We start at 1 p.m. EDC, but you can watch anytime by subscribing to our One Global Movement channel. Click the bell. Yes, thank you so much, John. And we don't just watch one. These things are repeated things that we have to live life with. These are tools, and we want to encourage ourselves. Me myself, I go back and watch
Mm-hmm.
myself just to make sure I learn. You know,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. And Surrender. Surrender Singh Pong, thank you so much for joining us here today. And thank you for saying hello to all of us here and unperceived panelists and international leaders and Indian leaders and John Barilla, sir. So much. Thank you. And let's go down here. We have Dokisham Mormu. How are you, sir? If you're new here, you're welcome to this global family and spread the message in your community. This is for all children, no child left behind. All right? It's for every child, every young person, and every woman. And if we empower this population in the world, therefore the men and everyone, it's included. Thank you. And Sister Yvonne, I think I can relax now, and you can do everything. Let me just
I see. Well,
relax.
the part, one of the things, you covered it because I have a printout here, but you covered it, especially the part where you said it's a superpower, but it's not a power over others because it's a power for helping you travel through life with independence and confidence, right? It's
Mhm.
so true that building wealth isn't just about earning, it's about understanding how money works and making those smart choices, right?
Right.
Equipping our young minds with this financial wisdom early on is like giving them a superpower for life. It is true.
It is.
Imagine a generation that confidently navigates budgeting, saving, and investing. The possibilities are truly exciting.
Yep.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you so much. And I was going to say, you look so beautiful today. I don't know what you did differently. Those,
Oh, thank you.
those
That's why I couldn't talk. Something went and something else came.
everything works together for our own good.
It does. It does. Thank you, sister.
Okay, do the closing, please, and let's go enjoy the weekend.
Okay. Um, our actions as grown-ups speaks volumes. It often speaks louder than any lecture we could give. When young people see us managing our finances responsibly, making informed decisions, as you said, and even discussing financial matters openly in an
Mhm.
age-appropriate way, of course, it creates a powerful learning environment. So let's not forget that we can start as early as they would open their eyes and look at what we're doing. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to wait until they're, leaving school or come and ask you for something. And I find it very empowering when we say to children, okay, so you have this and you need this, and I
Mhm.
can help you. But don't just, as you said, don't just support everything without letting them know that they're empowered to be part of it, right?
Mhm. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So certainly do not give. If you have all the money in the world, please don't just hand things to children. You're ruining their lives.
Yes.
And
Yes.
let us
Yes.
take the spirit of dependency out of our children. They are creative, they are builders, they are the CEOs and the engineers and the writers of tomorrow, they are the speakers. They have all the talent. Let them bring it out into the world and also teach us, we the parents and the caregivers around these children. So thank you guys
Absolutely.
so much. And
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
the
weekend.
best weekend, and let us meet here again next week. And until then, Mwah. We love you all. Bye-bye.
Greetings to all the mommies out there, the mothers. Have a wonderful weekend. This is the weekend.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you.